everybody, I'm John Lincoln with Ignite Visibility, and today I'm going to teach you how to go viral. Don't believe me? Well, watch this entire video and at the end tell me whether or not I actually told you how to go viral or not, and if this is actually a valuable thing to you. Quick thing to note, I actually wrote an entire book on this. I'm going to try to condense it into less than just a few minutes so that you can go viral yourself. Let's dive into it. Before you get started, make sure to click the notification bell and make sure to subscribe so that you can get more videos like this in the future. Okay, so I made a bold claim. I'm going to be able to tell you exactly how to go viral. Let's see if I can back it up. Well, the first thing that I want you to know is there's actually a formula for going viral that you need to know. If you know this, and this is the way that I work with all digital marketing, if you know a model, you can scale the model. Let's take a look at the model to start, okay? So it's right here, and hopefully you can see this. I'll try to zoom it up on the board if I can, the video rather, if I can. So the formula for going viral is virality level, right? The level of going viral. I'll explain that more. The number of people that see it, right? Because then that becomes exponential as far as how many shares you get. And then of course the shares. So for example, if I have a 10% virality level, okay, 10%, and 10,000 people see it. Maybe my Facebook page has 10,000 people who like it. Maybe they all see it, right? So 10% of 10,000 people, that's 1,000 shares, okay? Now, if you get 1,000 shares, the average person online, they've got 100 to 300 people who are friends who kind of see their content, assuming they see that content, all of them, which this isn't always the case on social media, but this is just an example. That would end up being 200 people, 200,000 impressions that content would get, right? So there's your entire model. Now, there's something called CPM, or cost per mil, and that's how much you pay for 1,000 impressions inside of advertising, right? So if we're looking at a $10 CPM, which is fairly standard depending on the network that you're on, that's going to turn into $20,000 worth of media, okay? So that virality level has translated into a number of people that have got a number of shares that has turned into the amount of reach, and now we can quantify how much that's actually worth. And that's the power of social media, especially these newer sites that still have huge virality, like a TikTok, but even the ones that still currently have it a little bit, like a LinkedIn. Facebook's a little bit less, unless you're really getting good engagement on a consistent basis. So let's talk about number two. So how do you actually make this happen? Well, the thing that you need to realize is that to go viral at all, of course you need to have an amazing piece of content, but that piece of content, it also needs to be emotional on some level. It needs to strike a chord with somebody. Somebody needs to see it and feel like, oh my gosh, that impacted me so much that I want to share it. I want other people to see it. For me, it's the biggest wave that you've ever seen surfing. It's the coolest soccer goal. It's a motivational quote that really moves me in a moment where maybe I need something like that. And for you, I know it's the same thing too. So what does that mean? Surprise, fear, or joy. Really big. Anything you can do around that is powerful. VAD stands for something called valence, arousal, and dominance. So those three things, when associated with a piece of content, allow it to go viral. And then you've got some of the general stuff like cute stuff, babies, cats, dogs. I mean, obviously these type of things really do incredibly well online. And if you look at some of the things that have gone viral before, which I'm going to talk about reverse engineering in a minute, those things do incredibly well, okay? Also funny, inspiring, and things that cause rage, right? So if you're upset from a political standpoint, you're mad, that kind of stuff goes viral a lot. Let's not talk politics on this channel though. All right, and then the last thing that I have here as far as content, number three, you need to embrace shock. So anything that's going to have shock value, especially in the first 10 seconds or so of whatever piece of content you have. And when you think about 10 seconds, I'm not just talking about video, the first 10 seconds of this video, which is important, but the first few seconds when somebody sees an image, or the first few seconds when somebody reads an article. Don't lose them, right? Don't drone on. You got to keep it exciting enough so that they hit that share button, and of course ask them to do it and give them a compelling reason to do it. So now let's jump into a couple other things, okay? So a few other tactics and things that really can help, okay? So number 4, get people involved. I've made 2 movies. I made Social Media Marketing the movie, and I made SEO the movie. Both of those movies got a lot of people involved. I've also written 2 books. One of the books had a lot of people involved. The other book had almost nobody involved. The book that had a lot of people involved, which is called Digital Influencer, which you could find on Amazon, had a huge virality effect. The one that didn't have a lot of people involved, I had to kind of push it towards more people, right, a little bit. That's the forecaster method, which recently came out. It's about cost per acquisition and scaling from one place to another with your digital marketing budget. But my point is, the more people you get involved, the more people who want to help you promote it, the more people who are invested in its success. So get people involved and give them a shout out and make them feel good about the content as well. Also, you need to hit the right community. Remember earlier how I talked about the virality rate and we put a 10% on it? Well, that 10% is audience dependent, right? When you think about it. So it might be 10% for a Facebook page. It might be 5% for a different Facebook group. It might be 1% for your email list. It might be 1% for push notifications. It might be, 20% for YouTube. So the audience is very, very important. So every audience has a different virality rate, and that's something that you need to look at. And also, when I get into the next point, you want to make sure that you're promoting to the audience that has the highest virality rate with the content that has the most virality. So any type of content, you can actually see the virality rate in Facebook. That's a metric that they have that shows you how successful it is. What you want to do is make sure that you're spending the most money, whether it's on social, email, banners, blogs, press releases, ads. Some of these things cost money, some of them don't. But the ones that do, put the most money there so that it can go the most viral, and push the ones that have the highest virality rate so that it can get the most reach. I have 2 bonus things for you, and I'm going to wrap up this video. Okay, 2 bonus things I want you to know, and these are pretty important. Check what has worked before, okay? You can use BuzzSumo. There's a lot of competitive tools out there, and what they'll show you is all the things that have gone viral in the past, and use that to model your content. Find something similar to what you're looking to do, find the thing that had the most shares, and then use that to create the video, the image, etc., right? You can learn a lot from what has worked well before. The next thing I would tell you, and the last thing I have here today, this is just kind of a tip. If somebody's gone viral before and there's a piece of content out there that you can actually use and you can work with them, you can take that content, you can repurpose it, and then you can use it for your own profiles so that you can go viral with other people's content. We're seeing that a lot on LinkedIn right now. Before you do that, make sure you have the rights. So that's it on how to go viral today. Did I answer the question? Do you feel like you know more about going viral at this point? If you do, I would love to hear about it. Leave me a comment below. Let's see if we can make this post go viral. Did I invoke an emotional feel in you? I hope I did by giving you some information. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye.